Before we start with the series I want to do on the book of Revelation, I would like to start with reading a few verses out of Daniel chapter 9, just to set the record straight, because a lot of people think that the tribulation is for humankind to come back to God, or they think it's for the church to come back to God. So the church will go through that tribulation period, some people think. So I want to set the record straight. In verse 24, we read 70 weeks are determined upon your people. And this is Angel Gabriel talking to Daniel. Your people, that is the nation of Israel, and upon thy holy city, that is Jerusalem. And this is the purpose of the tribulation: to finish the transgression, and to make an end of sins, and to make reconciliation for iniquity, and to bring in everlasting righteousness, and to seal up the vision and prophecy, and to anoint the most holy. So, it is clear that it is to finish the transgression and to make an end of sins. So it is like a judgment on sin and transgression. It is a final judgment, and to make reconciliation for iniquity, that is also a part of it. So it will once and for all pay the world, the earth, for every sin, iniquity, and transgression. And it is to bring everlasting righteousness. That is the transition from the kingdoms of the earth to the kingdom of God. Jesus is going to reign and rule for 1,000 years after the tribulation. So it is bringing in a new era, you might say. And it is to seal up the vision and prophecy. That means that everything that is ever been seen in a vision or ever been prophesied will come to pass at this time. Everything that hasn't come to pass yet will in that time be finished, be come true, we could say. And to anoint the most holy. That is Jesus, that is God, to anoint him to be king over the earth, because he will be at that time. So it is for the people of Israel, for them to come back to God, and it is for the city of Jerusalem to do away with sin, to do away with transgressions, and to do away with iniquity, and to usher in a new era. That is the purpose of the tribulation. And in verse 25, it says that, know therefore I understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and rebuild Jerusalem unto the Messiah the Prince shall be 7 weeks, and 62 weeks. The streets shall be built again, and the wall even in troublous times. So we see here that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and build Jerusalem, that we see 4 decrees, 4 commandments to restore in the Bible. In the book of Ezra, we see 3 of them, and in the book of Nehemiah, we see 1. And in the 3 that are in the book of Ezra, these 3 are all to rebuild the temple. But the only one to rebuild the city of Jerusalem is the one in Nehemiah, chapter 2, verse 5 to 18, roughly said. That decree was decreed in 445 BC. And until Messiah the Prince, and this word prince here this word is before this, it is also used for King Saul at a point in the Old Testament. And we can see in the Bible, in Jesus' ministry, that he is always, he states, no, I'm not a king. They want to crown him king a few times, and he says no, or he disappears on them, or he just gets away. The only time that Jesus is hailed king is when he himself arranges it at the end of his ministry, with the triumphal entry in Jerusalem, with the palm trees and the palm branches and all the people, and he arranges it himself. He sets up, he sends his disciples and tells them to go find a young donkey and to bring the donkey to him, and he arranges it. Only then he is declared king, and that occurs, of course, a few days before his crucifixion, and we can bring that date back to April 6th, 32 AD. That is when Jesus makes the grand entry in Jerusalem as king.